Hey YouTubers, welcome back to Desert Have a Garden. This may look like a mess, but it is actually something really exciting for our high desert homestead. So we have some friends in town who recently bought a house and they are remodeling it. So they tore out all this tongue and groove laminate flooring out of the house and it's in excellent condition. You can see up close here, this is just a nice, smooth, kind of a light oak color. Anyway, they were just going to get rid of this and they asked us if we would like it for our cabin that we will begin building soon here at the High Desert Homestead. So we said, of course. So yesterday we went over and loaded it all up. Of course, on the drive up here, it got all slip and slide scattered about. But another thing they had that they didn't want was a dishwasher. So here's the thing, in my adult life, I have never had a dishwasher other than myself. So that's pretty exciting prospect that we will have a dishwasher. But anyhow, we're at the High Desert Homestead now with this mess and we've got to unload it and stack it up in a neat way so that we can have it for a later use. Super score, guys. We are here at our little tiny cabin that we built. It was the first thing we built at our High Desert Homestead, and we used to stay in it. There's a loft up there where we used to sleep, and all the kids used to sleep down here on the base floor on cots. But since then, we've moved to the trailer, and we use this as a storage shed. Well, we wanted to organize it a bit because it's been really messy, and so we brought a new shelving unit and the kids built this today. So we have this shelving unit to put in, but all along our plan was to put some tongue and groove pergo laminate flooring in here. And we're not quite ready to do the whole project right now, but we wanted to definitely put it under where the shelf is going. That way at least we won't have to move the shelf when we do the rest of the floor. So we've got the boys in here snapping it together, and I expect it'll go pretty quickly. We used a full board for the first board, and then of course to stagger them, this next row was a half board.
We might be a little shy. Oh, you know why? Because we were only going to do the front piece and the rest was carpet.
Oh, is that what we were going to do?
Yep.
Well.
Oh well.
We should be okay for this part at least. We know where to get more if we need it. And this flooring, we had purchased this flooring, boxes of it. So this is not the flooring that we picked up for free from our friends, but this is a different kind.
Give me a bath! Oh, You're already dry now?
are running out of daylight, but Rick is determined to finish the last couple boards that all need to be cut lengthwise here in order to fit against the last wall. And so he's working by flashlight, but just a couple more boards to go. Well, things are really starting to look a little more civilized around here. Check this out. I really had a feeling that once Rick started on this floor that he would end up finishing it, and he didn't think we had enough flooring in order to complete the job, but guess what? We did. And so now our little storage shed is looking all spiffy, and it's organized and neat. So while we have had these bigger projects to work on weekend after weekend, we have really just like thrown stuff around and stacked it and accumulated and not organized because we had things we were really trying hard to accomplish. But now that we were at a little bit of a breaking point, we just have a little bit of work to finish up on the footers so we can call for the inspection. But now we could take some time, organize, slow down, make things a little more livable. And so for today, we are going to work up here a little bit. There's 2 lofts, so that's a storage loft. We need to tear everything down from there and get it organized onto the shelves. And then there is the sleeping loft up here, and we think it is just like sleeping bags and stuff up there with the mattress, but we've got to get up there and see, so we have to bring a ladder in here. We never actually brought in a ladder to we never actually built a ladder for the loft, but now we can get in here. It looks nice. We could actually host company if we wanted to, and it makes us feel better. Rick and I are organized people, and it kind of drives us nuts when we have the mess. So it's really nice to have this cleaned up a little bit. So back to the flooring that we received from our friends. Rick is sorting through it right now in order to stack it up in the shipping containers. So this stack here are the pieces that could be a little bit damaged. So this is probably a lot more flooring than we need for our little cabin. But to start with, we'll use all the good pieces, and if we end up needing them, we may have to strategically plan to use some of the less damaged pieces, like off where you won't really see them, maybe in closets or back in corners or something like that. So while this is a big mess, they're starting to tackle it, getting it sorted out, organized, and then moved into the shipping containers. So that seems to be the theme of the weekend, getting organized. Only a last little bit of work had to be done on these footers in order to prepare them for our inspection, which we haven't called for yet. I said in our last video I was going to, but I didn't because this was one thing we hadn't completed yet. And so what it is placing down the rebar, I don't know what you would call that, form that Rick had welded in there, and setting it up 3 inches and having it secure for the concrete to pour around. The kids did almost all of these themselves, and they did it without me filming them, so they're finished. Really, the majority of work this weekend was doing organizing tasks as well as having a little bit of fun in the pool. So overall, it was a good weekend and a good visit. I also scattered some more seeds in the garden because I won't quit trying, and this is the perfect time to be planting for our fall season. So I think that's about it for this weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates in the future.